Today I'm going to be talking about The Lord of the Rings, the card game, which is a cooperative living card game for 1 to 4 players, published by Fantasy Flight Games, designed by Nate French. There's already, Fantasy Flight itself published a series of rules kind of primer videos already, so I don't really think that I need to do one of those on this game. So I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to attempt to film a whole solo game, an entire game, and there's kind of 3 reasons why I thought this might be a good idea. The first is that even though I haven't seen anything like this online, at least for a game like this, I think it's something that I would enjoy watching, so I'm hoping maybe somebody else might enjoy it. Number 2, I'm hoping that if people watch the video, they can point out some things that I'm playing wrong. I mean, I've played it 3 times now, all solo, but it's quite possible I'm doing something wrong. So maybe I might get some tips on the way that I'm playing the game. And then the third thing is I just got this new video camera and I wanted to try it out. So let me see if I can point the camera a little bit at the game, at the table. I mean, got it set up here. This is the first quest, which is called Passage Through Mirkwood. So there are spoilers. This will include spoilers, obviously, for this quest, although I don't think that's a big deal. I've played this quest 3 times now, and each time it's been completely different. One thing that, as I go along, I don't think the camera is going to be able to focus in on the text of the cards, so I'll point them at the camera like this, and then I'll try to read what the text is. I'll try to remember to do that. Okay, so first of all, let's go over what everything is. This is the encounter deck. It's going to throw bad things at us, basically like most co-op games. This is the current quest. The game ends when in a victory if I can get through all of these cards. This is actually the quest deck. This is the current quest, which is the first card in the quest deck. This is the Old Forest Road, and this is the Forest Spider. The first card of the quest has told us to pull those out of the deck and to put them into play. This part of the table right here is the staging area where things come out of the encounter deck, and then eventually they'll come over here and engage our heroes. Okay, I'm playing the pre-built Spirit deck. I haven't ever played with these cards before. I've played the other 3 decks. This is the 4th one, so I have no idea what these cards are going to do, so we're going to kind of figure them out together. I have put the 3 copies of Gandalf in here. I've read online that that's just a good idea, and Gandalf's a pretty cool card, so 3 is the most you can have, so I put all 3 of them in there. Okay, first thing I like to do is, these are the tokens. These are damage tokens, progress tokens, and I think these are just called resource tokens. I guess they couldn't come up with a Middle-earthy name. These are my 3 heroes. This is Eleanor, Eowyn, and Dunhere. I might be pronouncing those wrong. And this is the threat tracker. You can see at the beginning of the game, well, you can't see, but it says 24. That's because you add up the threat value of the 3 heroes and you set your initial threat to that. So these are 7 and 9 and 8, and so I set my initial threat to 24. First thing I like to do when I play is to go over the abilities of my heroes, because those play a big part in the game. So Eleanor, she has the keywords Gondor and the keyword Noble. She has a response effect where I can exhaust Eleanor to cancel the when revealed effects of a treachery card just revealed by the encounter deck. Then discard that card and replace it with the next card from the encounter deck. So basically, she lets you kind of say, no, I don't think we're going to have to do that card, and then draw a different one, which can be, those treachery cards can be bad, so that's probably a pretty good ability. She's got only a 1 on questing, a 1 on attack, and a 2 defense. So she's not going to be a lot of help in fighting or in questing. So I might have to use her, she's only got 3 hit points too, so I don't know. This might be tough. Let's look at Eowyn. She's also a noble. She's from Rohan. She has an action. Discard one card from your hand to give Eowyn +1 questing until the end of the phase. This effect may be triggered by each player once each round. She's got a 4 of questing. I'm not sure what that's actually called, but I'm just going to call it questing. I think it's determination. She's only got a 1 combat and a 1 defense and 3 hit points, so she's definitely going to be going on quests. And then finally we have Dunhere. He's also a Rohan warrior. Dunhere can attack target enemies in the staging area when he attacks alone. When doing so, he gets a +1 fighting. So he's got only 1 questing, 2 fighting, and 1 defense, but he's got 4 hit points. So he's going to be probably doing the majority of our combat. Alright, so let's draw a starting hand of 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I drew all 3 of those Gandalf cards in my starting hand. I swear I shuffled this deck. I did. Alright, so I've got 3 copies of Gandalf. Gandalf is kind of a weird card. He's the only neutral card in the base set, and he costs 5 resources, which is a lot. And then he is discarded after the round. So you pay 5, you only get him for a round. But he's got awesome stats. He's got a 4 quest, 4 combat, 4 defense, and 4 hit points. So he's pretty awesome. So I got 3 Gandalfs. Let's look at this. A Test of Will. As a response, it costs 1, and as a response, you can cancel the when revealed effects of a card that was just revealed from the encounter deck. So it can pretty much do the same thing as Eleanor, only then you don't have to deal a new card. So that's good. That'll come in handy. That might be a good card to keep in my hand for when something bad comes out of the encounter deck, or a treachery card at least. Oh, actually, this doesn't have to be a treachery card. It can be any card that has a when revealed effect. So that might be cool. Alright, I got an ally here, the Lorien Guide. Costs 3 to get him out. Got a response. After the Lorien Guide commits to a quest, place 1 progress tracker on the active location. Okay, so that'll be helpful in getting rid of those location cards. Locations can act as a buffer to your quest, so you want to get them out of there as quick as you can. And then we got another ally, the Northern Tracker. Costs 4. It's a Dundane and Rager. Is that how you say Dunedain? I need to watch the movies again, I guess, to get these pronunciations down. After Northern Tracker commits to a quest, place 1 progress token on each location in the staging area. Okay, so it's similar to the guide, only it places it on each location. So that'll be very helpful if there are multiple locations in the staging area. Okay. So I'm going to be referring to this handy flowchart that some really nice person has put up on Board Game Geek. So if you see me looking over there, that's what I'm looking at. The first part is called the resource phase, and then you basically just add a resource token to each hero. And draw a card. Hasty Strike. It costs 1 resource. Cancels a shadow effect just triggered during combat. So that will be helpful too. Okay, so it looks like I've got some cards to kind of dodge out of things, and a couple of useful but expensive allies. Now's the planning phase. This is when I can play allies and attachments. Okay, so it doesn't look like I'm going to really need resources, so I think I'll go ahead and spend all 3 and bring out this Lorien Guide. So now I get to choose which characters I want to commit to the quest, the current quest. Now, this quest right now, I'm looking at 3. Oh gosh, I can't remember what the name of those points are, but the bad points for questing, anti-quest points, are now at 3. So I'm definitely going to send Eowyn. She's 4. I think I'll go ahead and exhaust the guide as well. So now I'm at 5. I'm going to reveal a card from the counter deck. Uh-oh. It's the Necromancer's Reach. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each exhausted character. Okay. So since I've got Eleanor, let's try her out. I'm going to exhaust her to cancel the when revealed effects of a treachery card, and then discard the card and replace it with the next card from the encounter deck. Let's see if this is a good idea. Oh, well, probably not. This is the Ougliant Spawn. Very mean, very nasty spider. Great. Okay, well, so now we've got 6 points, and I only have 5, so I'm actually going to have to take 1 threat, which brings me up to 25. So that's the questing phase. Next is the travel phase, which I'm going to travel to the Old Forest Road. We need to get it out of the way. And, oh yeah, there's a response. After you travel to Old Forest Road, the first player may choose and ready 1 character he controls. Alright, so I'm definitely going to have a fight on my hands here. So I guess I'll go ahead and... I don't know these cards well enough to know what the best play yet is, but I think I'll unexhaust Eleanor. You know, Eleanor, so far, she hasn't been all that great for us, but, I mean, that is some fantastic art. I think that's my favorite piece of art in the game so far. Okay. Next is the encounter phase. We can choose to engage 1 enemy. I don't think we need to do that. We could... Well, we're going to have to clear out Ougliant's Spawn, but I'm thinking that we might want to get the forest spider out of there first. We'll see. Okay, so then we're going to do an engagement check. Check each enemy if it engages a player. So, I want to make sure I get this right. Okay. So, the first player compares his threat level against the engagement cost of each of the enemy cards in the staging area. The enemy with the highest engagement cost that is equal to or lower than this player's threat engages this player. That's what I thought. Okay, so Ougliant Spawn has a threat engagement cost of 32, which we're only at 25, so he's not going to engage us. Then we look at the next highest, which is the forest spider, which is actually at 25. So the forest spider is going to attack us. Okay, so that was the encounter phase. Next is the combat phase. We deal out 1 card here to the forest spider. Now the forest spider is going to attack us. It says he's got a forced. When the forest spider engages a player, it gets a +1 attack till the end of the round. So he's actually going to be at 3 attack. So if I block with Eleanor, I'm going to take 1 damage. If I block with Dun here, I'm going to take 2 damage. If I don't block, I'm going to have to put 3 damage on somebody. So I definitely want to block. I think I'm going to block with Eleanor. So she will take... Oh, no, wait. First, yeah, this is the scary part. You have to flip over this. Is there a shadow? Yes. Defending player must choose and exhaust 1 character he controls. 2 characters instead if this attack is undefended. Well, that sucks. That sucks bad. Yeah, there's not anything I can do, so I'm going to have to exhaust him and take 1 damage. And now when it comes to my attack phase, I'm not going to be able to attack because all my characters are exhausted. So that's just the break sometimes.